Welcome to the Spinfoil Theory podcast. Each week we sit down and discuss our favorite lore topics from within the Destiny universe. Specifically, we intend to take a close look at target questions and theories that have been nagging us and the Destiny community as a whole. To that end, our discussions tend to assume you already have some background knowledge of Destiny lore. Despite that, our goal is to be as lighthearted and welcoming as possible, though. So if you have any questions, please feel free to add us. Well, with that out of the way, let's dive into this week's lore topic. Okay. Welcome to the Spinfoil Theory podcast this week, everyone. I'm your host, Taylor-B, and this is also your host, LadyLucida. How you doing, lady?
I'm doing pretty good.
Groovy. Yo, how have you been this week?
How have I been this week? This week has been interesting, at least in like Destiny sense. I'm gonna be honest here, I'm a little disappointed. I'm disappointed with how we just spoiler alert if you haven't done this week's
I don't think we
Expunge.
have to worry about spoilers.
We don't have to worry. I know.
Yeah,
I
cool.
say that as a joke.
Okay, groovy.
Killing Curia was kind of underwhelming,
Well,
in my opinion.
I definitely noticed that Coria shell that was left behind was decidedly not taken.
Oh yeah, no, a lot of people are like, maybe that was that was a simulation, because there was the taken Minotaur's name that was there. I forget its name. It was like something of Savathun, and it basically was like a watcher. It was basically, that's what the name meant. I'm blanking on it right now. If I remember later. Oh no, I'll just be like, it was this, but I'm totally
no worries,
blanking right now.
We can edit that in.
We can, hold on.
If you ever remember.
Curia.
And if you don't, it's going out like this.
Yes. No. Not that.
But yeah, no. I thought it was really interesting because I know, as you and I have talked about this last week, as busy as we've been, like, fans, if we've not been as social media-y, my dudes, work has hit, at very least, Taylor-B, and if I'm hearing you right, lady, you as well, it's hit me like a dump truck with having my attention.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
I get that.
So if you guys pinged us or did something and we didn't respond right away, or you emailed us or something, we'll get to it, I swear.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. It's not that we don't love you.
Evaluator of Savathun, that's what it was called.
Ooh,
I
groovy.
went and found a video of someone doing it, and I paused. I was like, when they were aiming at the taken guy. And that makes me think that this whole thing of us killing Curia was staged. It's fake. Not necessarily Curia was fake, but Savathun was like, I'm gonna knock this pin over, and this pin over, and this pin over, push this button, and this is what's gonna happen.
Well,
that's how I looked at it.
To our convo, I think earlier in the week. Yo. If Coria could simulate a non-paracausal oryx in the form of Aurash before they had become like the ascendant hive that they are, I don't see why it's so ridiculous that a taken or paracausal Coria could simulate themselves before that happened.
They're just like, I'm gonna just duplicate myself. I mean, in the Truth to Power lore, which is, I say this every time, subjective, very subjective. Savathun tells us that, or the author tells us that Curia can simulate oryx.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how Savathun's been able to take. And I'm just like, that's not good.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all.
Doesn't
But anyways, on the topic of Savathun, something that at least I've noticed this season is that with the Endless Night, the Curse of the Dreaming City, and the fall of, I'm gonna butcher this name, Tortable, Catoidal.
Tortadal.
I'm just gonna say
not
Catoidal.
every now and again I feel like the way they put the like accents or like little like apostrophes in on the thing, I feel like they're trying to give like a little homage to like Latin American names, like indigenous names, like specifically
Torabatl.
Yeah, like Torabatl. Like yeah, but
Torabatl.
I don't know if that's
wrong.
right.
Sorry.
Well, no, don't be sorry, but like I don't even know if that's right. That's just how I feel sometimes because of how it comes on in game. The things they actually end up recording in game are never as complicated as they appear sometimes in the lore.
Yeah, you read it, you're just like, how? What? And then a character says it, you're like, oh, that makes much more sense.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes that happens, but I feel like the one the characters are saying, or that was the simple one, like, yeah, that's how I figured that was saying, but then it was like the home planet, like, oh, okay. That's crazy.
But anyways, they all follow the same pattern, so to speak. You have, at least with the fall of Tortable, I'm gonna say it wrong. I'm gonna say it wrong every single time.
No. I want to submit something different. All versions are correct. Until we hear differently, all versions are correct.
I dig it. With the fall of the Cabal homeworld, there we go. Now I can just bypass it by not even saying it. Look at me, 100,000,000 galaxy brain IQ move. Anyways, with the fall of the Cabal home planet, basically the gist of it, if you guys didn't know, is that Keitel, the Cabal Empress, they had found the hive, and Amun Arath, which was the Keitel's war general. Amun Arath also helped Keitel and the group of the coup overthrow Callus, so they've worked together before, worked together a really long time. And Amun Arath had always been basically about war. War is all there is. War is all there's going to be. Very much future war cult-esque. Like, war is the constant of the universe. But anyways. Amun Arath ends up getting corrupted by the hive, by Savathun, and opens up a door. By door, I mean she ends up dying because Keitel kills Amun Arath, and that then summons, through an act of war, that then summons good old Xivu Arath to the Cabal home planet, and Xivu Arath brings in the cryptoliths, and the fire, and the tomb ships, and the war moons, and the Cabal are like, oh my god, we can't beat this. So they leave, and they come to here, and that was basically why they were here last season, and that's why they were like, get the flamethrowers, time to kill the bugs. Basically. So that's what happened with the fall of the Cabal. With the City, it's basically the same thing. You have someone who is infected by Savathun, Aldrin. Go into the Dreaming City, opens the doors to the Dreaming City, which led to us killing Riven, which then led to the curse. Which then later on, so now Savathun has a hold of the Dreaming City. Later on, that then, with her like having her grasp on the Dreaming City, which then leads to Xivu Arath coming in the Dreaming City and the Tangled Shore with the Cryptoliths. Season of the Hunt. Now, if we go on that crackpot theory we had, I think 2 episodes ago, with Osiris being pretty suspicious because he's under the influence of Savathun, it's following that same pattern. Savathun has now has corrupted Osiris, which then led to, her taking over the city through the Endless Night. Not through Osiris necessarily, but Osiris kind of pushed people in specific pieces. I mean, Osiris, because Savathun used Curia to infect the Vex network, which led Lakshmi to see what she wanted to see in the Vex network, which led her to being more, let's kill the fallen, let's be racist. And Osiris pushing Crow into, he's basically, I say Osiris with air quotes. Savathun is basically playing 4-dimensional chess with us.
4D chess?
No, 4-dimensional time-traveling chess. That is a game on Steam. My little brother has it, and I don't understand. It hurts my mind. But anyways, it's the same sort of thing. You have someone who is, under the influence of Savathun. Savathun takes hold of a place, and then that ushers in Zivu-Arath comes in and wipes the board clean. It's the same thing's been happening. So my worry is that that's what's going to happen eventually. I mean, I know we broke hold of the Endless Night, but we still have the Crown of Sorrow, allegedly, in the last city. Osiris, let's just assume, Curia's head. What if we just take it back with us? What if we just took it back with us and Osiris, here, have a Vex brain. Here you go.
Ooh, bad idea, friends.
And then what if, this is kind of crazy, what if Osiris is like, I have the Crown of Sorrow. I have Curia's head. What if I put the Crown of Sorrow on Curia's head? Ta-da!
I mean, bad ideas. I'll take bad ideas for 1,000, Alex. That sounds awful.
Oh my God. Yeah. Osiris is definitely, he's had some bad ideas before. So I'm wondering.
Especially recently.
Yes.
I know. As our reference in the episode is why Osiris is stuck. We've made our feelings clear, but holy shit.
Yeah, he's done suspicious stuff before, but this is kind of amping it up to 20. But anyways, I digress. So my question is, why do you think she keeps doing the same thing over and over with this whole subterfuge, secrecy?
Because
sort
it
of a
works.
Thing.
And
it does. You've got a point. It does work. We saw Tortable, the Cabal home planet, fall.
Right.
We didn't necessarily see it, but it happened. The Dreaming City has been locked in this curse for 2 years? 3? Almost 3 now.
I think it's 3.
It's almost 3, I believe. I'm not too sure on the dates. But it's been in this curse no matter what. We tried killing. We did the Shattered Throne solo, flawless, 999 power level. Didn't break the curse. With Curia being dead now, I'm curious to see if...
You're curious?
I know, I'm curious.
No.
But no,
homophones are funny. It's not on you.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, no, it's okay. I'm intrigued, to say the least, because not only did we kill Curia this week, we also, this week is a max curse week in the Dreaming City.
Ooh.
They couldn't have done that on accident. I feel like there's no way. This is Bungie we're talking about. I would like to hope that they planned it this way. It's my hope. Crossing my fingers.
I would like
hoping
to think
that
this
Bungie,
as well.
Because Curia is the reason why we have the time loop in the Dreaming City.
Mm-hmm.
With Curia dead, there's no reason for there to be a time loop. The time loop is not Riven's doing, it's Curia's doing. Riven just is the Taken, just adds the Taken goop. That's what Riven did.
Yep. So, with all that in mind, let's, for listeners' sake, because I know you and I know all this shit. For listeners' sake.
Sorry.
No, stop that. Don't be sorry. I might even edit that out. Murph.
Okay, fine.
But with all that context added in, and the fact that you also referenced that Savathun had really tricked Torbottle, or however, all pronunciations are correct.
Yes.
Into creating the Act of War and summoning Zivu-Arath. Now, if her worm, as I recall, all the way back to the Book of Sorrows. I know it's the Books of Sorrows. Everyone who's like Taylor-B, there's multiple books of it. Yes, there are, but we only really have the one, don't we?
Yes.
Um, so you know what I'm talking about. Please don't tease me. But as referenced in there, like Oryx's worm was, there's the sword logic that I feel like they all have to adhere to a point, but I think that's within context of their sort of like trait. So with Oryx, it was exploration. It was finding new things to conquest. And it was like kind of like stamping down on them. With Ziva Wrath, it's war. Wherever there is war, that is her throne world, and she's gonna like thrive. And then with Savathun, it's secrets.
Yep.
And so I always wonder, because we've fought like a couple agents of Savathun. I always wonder if, even in losing, like, I'm going to call it air quotes Korea for right now.
Yeah.
Even in losing, like, air quotes Korea, the characters we highly suspect to be her, or at least, like, serve her machinations, seem to be totally chill with it. Oh, yeah, you did destroy that thing.
Oh no.
That was my herald, like, woe is me, like, but it's even noted by Ikora, Osiris, air quotes Osiris,
Yes.
is super hype about what we were able to do, and he's trying to, like, research, like, everything that we know, like, thereof. And I feel like this is a really cool place to lead into Soul Sister Heroes. But narratively, Lucy, do you kind of agree, like, this is that, like, false sense of security? Or, like, the eye of the storm, right?
I feel like definitely something is gonna happen. I feel like there is going to be... I mean, we still have the epilogue. We still have that last lore entry from Beneath the Endless Night. So, I am just intrigued to see how everything happens, I guess. I'm just curious. I mean, I've read all the... I know. I have forbidden knowledge in my mind, but I'm just excited to see everything play out, because I'm thinking Savathun wanted us to kill Kyoria.
Ooh.
All part of her plan.
Ooh.
Maybe she doesn't need Kyoria anymore.
I can tell, and I don't mean to say that this is something that was originally my idea for all the listeners, because I know you know Lucy. I can tell you and I have been talking earlier this week. Yeah.
No, I definitely, because I feel like Savathun wouldn't.
It's all too easy, right?
Yeah, like even the buzzer was kind of easy. It was like, that's a little suspicious, don't you think? But on top of that, we, especially the more, I guess, lore readers out there, definitely know how significant Kyoria is.
Right.
Kyoria was a Vex mind designed to understand the sword logic. That was its sole purpose. And it was actually winning against Crota and Crota's sisters until Oryx came back, because he was, in the chilling with the darkness, having a cup of tea or whatever. And then the darkness was like, his worm was like, hey, you might want to go check your throne world. You got a little Vex infestation. He's like, oh, what now?
Yeah, well,
like,
yeah, he had gone into the
5 minutes. Yep. He's like, I leave for 5 flipping minutes, and my house goes to shit.
That's why you can't leave the house. You can't leave the house to your kids.
No, you can't. I love how Oryx literally picks up Crota by the foot, throws him through the Vex portal, and he says, be victorious or die forgotten. I'm just like, damn, Oryx.
And he got sent as noted in that entry, this could be like our own little like tangential episode to this. He gets sent into the past. And he has to fight his way back to that point to prove himself to Oryx.
Interesting.
Well, it makes me wonder if at some point there are two Crotas. I don't know if they ever interact, but there's like Crota before he gets sent in the Vex Gate and Crota who got sent to the past through the Vex Gate.
Yes.
Coexisting on the same timeline. That's why I think that's important, fans.
My mind has been blown.
So, like, someone could have encountered Crota when he's carving his way back to Oryx to prove himself.
Yes.
And that's
funny.
You know, to reference some of our other shows, that was one of the big reasons why I thought that what is now Luna could have been that proto-planet that, like, smacked into Earth.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Was a hive war moon. Like, yeah.
Definitely. No, I see that. I definitely see that.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm just thinking that's I'm hoping. I mean, another thing we have to remember with the whole Savathun's, I guess, scheme that she's been doing is I think she's trying to get. I mean, we know that she's able to do Inbaru now, kind of through the not this week's lore entry, but I think it was the previous week's lore entry we got in the Beneath the Endless Night. It's called Ripe. It will be in the show notes for you guys to peruse. But anyways, we know Savathun is not necessarily as strong as she was before, so if she can trick people and, you know, cause her sister to come to the last city and kill everything, that probably would definitely help with her worm problem. Because she wants, but then again, her sister and her aren't necessarily on the best terms right now, so who knows. But if she is indeed trying to summon Ziva Arath, using Lakshmi to incite war in the last city,
Right?
be a pretty good way of doing it.
Right, because demonstrably, as I think we've like kind of like touched upon, demonstrably on Torbottle, she got the Cabal to become like hyper paranoid and make like really hostile acts of war, and that summoned Zivu Arath, which just decimated him. So it's like this game of like cat and bigger cat.
Cat and bigger cat.
Yeah.
Cat and mouse. Cat and mouse and bigger cat.
Right? Like Ziva Arath being the bigger cat.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it's really interesting because with all the rhetoric that has not been resolved in the last city, and I think you're on the same page as me with this. The idea that New Monarchy and Future War Cult are saying, "Yo, the Vanguard won't protect you, but we will," and then
I just laugh at that. I laugh at that
Dude.
statement. I'm like, you and what army? You
Dude.
you can't do anything. You're a bunch of civilians.
well, they have Guardians who pledged them too.
Yeah, but yes, they do, but their numbers, even with those Guardians, aren't nearly enough as all of the Guardians.
That's
There'd be a
fair.
whole out war. There'd be a war between Future War Cult, New Monarchy, and it'd be just like the faction wars all over again.
Well, I mean, faction wars are multiple for a reason, right?
Yes.
And I would only add to that, to add to your point, like as sort of a yes and. The fact that they're still claiming this, and in this last week, the message we get from Lakshmi, where you think she's being
She's like, oh,
humble for a
thank
moment.
you
Well, no,
so
she's like being humble for a
much.
moment.
Yeah, no.
She's like, yo, I call out this article of pride in the Vanguard because I have to admit I'm someone who's also very prideful. And then she immediately pivots like so fucking hard and goes into like,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
do you see how I can call myself out on that fault? You know who can't? The fucking Vanguard. And like she pivots so hard. Like she pivots so hard, it's so manipulative, like everything she says. And so I kind of enter this space where I'm just like, man, if everything she says is baiting, I think this falls into some of our earlier theories too, which we don't have to go on tangents about. But you know the ones, you know the ones about who might be, who might be,
I
who
mean,
might have supplanted Lakshmi.
possibly.
Might have. Not
But
confirmed.
It's just a theory.
It's strong though.
Yes,
I don't know if it's mythoclast yet.
maybe.
So, with all that in mind, with her steps to success, Lucy, how do you feel about what, if we're right, that these are machinations of Savathun, how do you feel about the steps she's taken seemingly so far in the last city and getting us to not only fight each other, because as we all know, there's that very like, or as you and I know, and listeners, I'm sure if you've listened to the show, that sad entry about the last city denizens and that one unlucky Elixni who got told the wrong thing about what certain words meant.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the steps she may have taken so far?
I feel like assuming everything is gonna, hold on, let me backtrack for a sec. Assuming Savathun is doing the same thing she's done to the Cabal home planet and the Dreaming City to the last city, but we stopped it. I wonder if that was all part of her plan. She's like I said, I keep saying she's playing 4-dimensional chess with time travel.
I love it so much. I gotta be really honest. Like, I really, really dig their Savathun's ability to exploit it. Like, whenever you feel like something might be sideways, you might suspect Savathun, but then you create a secret that she gets to keep from you, whether or not she's actually responsible for it, and you just feed her worm.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what we do, Savathun will be like, it was all part of my plan. Hew, hew, hew.
I concur. I feel like she's always in this place where she's created a situation that if secrets feed her worm, there's always a secret she's keeping from you.
Exactly. Or she's like deceiving people and lying and
Mm-hmm.
everything else.
Exactly. Oh man. Do you think to our last episode, or maybe one of our previous episodes, it was our exact last. I think it was our last one though. About potential soul fire and this type of thing. Do you think if that becomes an avenue that we can go down, how do you feel about the idea of Savathun provides it versus someone like Eris?
I could see Savathun giving us darkness abilities or whatever so we can take out her sister, Ziva Wrath. Because Ziva Wrath does not like Savathun right now because Savathun was like, I want to stop them. Because Savathun is against the Black Fleet, against the pyramid ships. She doesn't like them. She's a heretic in the Hive's eyes. Hive's eyes? They have three.
The Hive's eyes?
In Savathun is a heretic from the Hive's perspective, like the most of the Hives.
That makes
Like those
sense.
that follow her. Like up until season of the Hunt, they were like all like, yeah, Savathun, you got this. Woo, you're the queen.
Woo,
Yes.
woo,
Like
yeah,
slay.
woo.
Yeah, and then Ziva Wrath comes, and then the Black Fleet comes in. Savathun's like, no, we don't like these people, and they're like, what? You can't say.
That's if
You
we
can't
ever,
say that here.
If we ever
And then
make our
Ziva
recording
Wrath.
of this- I'm sorry, continue.
No, sorry. Ziva Wrath shows, or her High Celebrant shows up, and she's like, sup, I'm here. You're all gonna worship Ziva Wrath now. Well, the Hive are like, I don't think we have a choice, so, okay.
I didn't sign up for this, but okay. If it's
So yeah,
still
so like
works.
pretty much all of the Hive in the system now, except most of them are under Ziva Wrath's banner, not Savathun's. All that
Oh.
Savathun has is the Taken, which now she doesn't.
I mean, she still has the Taken.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, Curia was the reason that she could take and control the Taken,
Well,
and now Curia's dead.
I kind of want to submit. I don't think she could have taken things until Oryx was dead.
Oh no, I agree. Like Curia learned how to take. Maybe.
I think Curia was rather the conduit that Savathun used to learn how to take, because she was
yeah.
given control of a taken object, and then there was a void left in the taken hierarchy.
Yes, that is correct. That's true.
And so she would have been the only one left who is like a non-taken in charge of the taken, right? Because if we think back to even when we revisit the Prison of Elders, I feel like some of the lore cards that came back with that, if I'm not mistaken, kind of reflect on that there are taken there now.
Yes.
And they don't have a leader. And so they're kind of like finally finding themselves like semi-autonomous, right?
Yeah, they're kind of like, well, we're on our own now, so...
And so they start making moves. And so as far as I figure, you have someone like Savathun in control of a very, very powerful taken mind. Kind of saying like, yo buddies, you listen to me's now. I feel
Pretty
like
much.
she's the proverbial like, this is mine's now. To
Yes.
quote someone else's comedy, but like, yeah, this is mine's now. Like, just kind of shows up and takes it, if you will.
Alrighty, I dig it. So yeah.
With that in mind, do you think as applied to the last city right now, like, I think she's kind of... I feel like Solstice of Heroes is going to be the calm before the storm.
Oh yeah. I definitely agree. I feel like Solstice is gonna... Because Solstice, and then right after that's the epilogue. Which, something happens. Redacted happens.
Well, we can talk about our predictions of what we think is going to happen, because, like, I think it's going to be bad.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be bad. I wholeheartedly agree. I feel like... Because Lakshmi and... I feel like she's gonna be mad about something. She's gonna be like, oh, the Fallen aren't leaving fast enough. Oh, the Endless Night isn't going away fast enough. Wah, you know. What she's been doing this entire season, pretty much. And then it's just gonna be... It's like a powder keg. About to explode.
Yeah, Franz
Tick,
Ferdinand's
tick,
about to be
tick,
assassinated.
tick, boom. That's what's happening. It's like everything's like ticking down. Like, that's my worry. I just worry that like Lakshmi is like, now's the chance. The endless night is done. The Elixni are not leaving the last city. Therefore, explosions.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Because
what I'm worried about.
she's still talking. Even in the most recent week stuff, she's still talking like, yeah, once we make them leave, like you and I, Guardian, we can hang out.
Pretty much like once the Fallen leave and go back to space or wherever they came from, I don't care. Guardian, you and I, we can chat like we're besties. And I'm just like, first of all, I didn't even talk to you before. You were useless before the season. Second of all, get out of my face.
So part of me secretly hopes that no matter what happens, I think it's a fair prediction right now to say that there is a very strong possibility, without giving spoiler alerts, listeners, that Lakshmi is going to be on the wrong side of the Guardian.
Oh yes, no, I wholeheartedly agree.
But with that in mind, I hope we don't kill her. Whether she's been supplanted, whether it's genuinely Lakshmi too, like super. Because, I mean, Lucy, we added to the list, like, you know, with the Maya Sundaresh theory. What if Lakshmi is based on a mind fork?
Ooh, yeah.
Because a mind fork is legitimate timeline representation of the original mind. What if that's how they got around the death in creating an exo version of yourself at the Ishtar Collective? Right?
Makes sense to me.
Well, because then all versions are true, right?
Yes.
Maya goes and lives out her life with Kiyoma.
But then there's another version.
And then Kiyoma looks back on that version from a mind forking and laments that it's not her. And then Lakshmi, the exo, is made and becomes the founder of that little cult they made.
Definitely possible. I could see it.
Total Spinfoil. I just think that's a fun one.
Yes.
But dude, so, do you think those taken gates in the last city, like in the tower where we spawn in, if we keep falling into the trap, do you think those become the gates that like Xivu Arath and her army like spew through?
Not necessarily. I think that those are just kind of just, I wouldn't say aesthetic, but I guess they're just kind of there. I guess I don't know how to explain it, but like when there has to be an act of war, and that then summons Xivu Arath somehow. So I mean, it's possible. Is what I'm saying. It's possible, but not sure.
How do you feel about the idea that we fail and we commit the act of war and we summon Xivu Arath? I ask this because her throne world is wherever war takes place. So if we did manage to defeat her, do you think she'd be someone we could only defeat once? Like we wouldn't have to go like, because her throne world is the battlefield.
I mean, she said that in a, well, okay. You're actually mistaken, unfortunately. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not trying to quote for what it's worth. I'm trying to paraphrase.
No. Basically, the gist of it is that conversation. What they were talking about is they were talking about their high court, their So Oryx has his high court, called the I forget what it's called, but Savathun has her high court. It's called the High Coven.
Mm-hmm.
And Zevrath's like, I don't need no stupid court. Court's war. I'll go wherever that is. That's my court. But she still has a throne world, just same as Savathun and Zevra and Oryx.
Okay.
They all
Yeah,
have
that makes
throne worlds.
sense.
It's just like Oryx made a court as like an extra ring of protection. Like, you have to kill my court to get to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like Savathun's High Coven is like, think of it like bodyguards. He's got an army of bodyguards surrounding him. Savathun has her like super smart High Coven bodyguards around her, like a protective bubble. Zevrath is like, you guys are wimps. I don't need any of those. I don't need them. That's weak. So
I can dig
that's
it.
what
Yeah,
that
makes
referring
sense.
to. Yeah, no, because we remember with in the Books of Sorrow, Oryx kills both Savathun and Zevrath in his throne world, and they come back. They're not permanently
Well,
dead.
because he kills them in his throne world, not theirs.
Yes, so they have their own throne worlds. I hate how people misconstrue that. They're like, oh, they died in their throne world. It was true deaths. And I'm like, shut up. Please,
Oh,
shut
yeah.
up.
No,
Please,
like,
shut up.
like,
No.
did you actually read the thing you're quoting?
Yes. Just because it says they're true deaths, it just meant that they were like... It was...
I don't even think they say it. It just says he kills them there, and it gives them the power, but it doesn't say, like... Because they're able to summon him back. Like, it's in his throne world, not theirs.
Yeah, like, you have to kill them in there. It's like you have to go to their house and kill people in their house.
Mm-hmm.
To actually kill them, which would be a really wild concept if that was a real thing. That'd be trippy.
If that's how, like, every death
That's
works.
how you... Yes. You have to kill them in their house. I mean, that's basically what it is. But yeah, no. Savathun has a throne world. If truth to power is to be believed, it is inside a black hole.
Oh.
Which is interesting. I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm here for that. Inside of a black hole.
That's in the truth to power look. The more you know, Star Wars.
I guess maybe like I either knew or had forgotten.
But it's
'Cause-
okay.
Well, thank you.
Like I said, I just have an encyclopedia of Destiny knowledge just in my brain at all times. Normal important stuff like what I had for breakfast? Nope, gone. Not important in brain. Only thing in brain is Destiny lore and hive runes. A good 50% of my brain is just hive runes. I see them when I sleep.
Yeah, you
Get it,
definitely
it's a joke.
lean on the hive stuff.
Mm-hmm. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really pumped for Witch Queen and the collector's edition when it comes out.
Oh yeah, no, you're so geared up for next weekend. Like obviously we both love it all, so it's not to
Give
say
me hive runes.
yeah, like obviously we both love it all, but I'm definitely a lot more like Fallen and Vex focused.
Yeah, I was like, you're definitely
Yeah.
more. You're the Vex guy, and then there's me over here. Hive runes.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's like snorting the hive runes. Like,
I drank
gotta
the
get
Vex
those
milk.
hive runes. You drank Vex milk. How could you let this happen? No, it's
But
fine. It's
I'm the
fine.
hunter who did it. That's why I survived.
See, you're crazy. All right.
Absolutely. Okay, so I think to start rounding out, yo, do you think? And I mean without spoilers, because I know we can do this, even though we had the spoiler episode earlier.
I know. We did so bad. We're like, let's, because I
No.
stupidly was like, oh, I'm gonna read all of the data mined stuff, and I was like, oh god, my eyes are bleeding. I know everything.
Well, but we're still groovy here.
Yes, here we're fine. No spoilers. No,
Yeah,
no.
because we're working on what's available in game, and we've
Yes.
been consistent about that. 100%.
Just when we
you
do
and I.
have episodes that we do talk about it, we put spoilers in all
Exactly.
caps and lots
So-
of arrows saying, hey, this is a spoiler.
So with that in consideration and what we're saying right now, do you think there is a strong possibility that one, this could be a prelude to summoning Ziva Wrath with the sort of hypertension, because Lakshmi doesn't seem like she's backing down. And, even though it's really like the tangential members of the Vanguard, like Saint and other people who are like, yeah, it's time to celebrate, Guardian.
Yeah.
Do you think we might be in this sort of like eye of the storm, this like lull before the worst of it happens?
Most certainly. I most certainly agree. I feel like we are at the, like you said, the calm before the storm. Like how everything gets like kind of eerie and quiet, and then bang, lightning, thunder, storm.
Right? Or like
I feel like definitely, because I mean, we do have a season between now and Witch Queen, but I feel like everything may be fine with air quotes, we still have the epilogue. But I think everything's gonna be calm right now. Like, oh, it's not Guardian. Oh, it's Solstice. Oh, it's everything's happy. The endless night is gone. Blah 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 blah. Surprise epilogue.
I love it.
I dig it.
I wholeheartedly agree. I'm totally in this place where I feel like shit's about to hit the fan, but we're in the middle of that shitstorm right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I'm also kind of in this place where I feel like motherfucking shit's gonna come to a head with not only like sort of interpolitics of the last city, but even if it's not in like the lore entries, I think something's gonna come to a head with city factions.
Yes, I agree.
Past and present, mark my words.
With the Concordat.
Yeah, because look, this isn't a spoiler. Literally everyone who voted them out, and I say this voting took place before that battle, regardless of what they told you. Everyone who voted them out is now suspect as fuck. And if it's something these suspect people who are objectively bad now were against, ooh, maybe it ain't so bad.
Yeah. No, you've got a point there.
I want to find out more what Lysander's about and the Concordat.
Lysander's just like, I'm here. I have no fear.
Dude, what is it? Lucy, can we do you want to do maybe on Monday? Do you want to do some SRL fun runs with like us and friends, and we can record it maybe, or like maybe not, but just do it?
Yeah, sure, I'd be down.
Yeah? Do you like to go fast? I'm down for Mario Kart 2 if everyone's doing that. I don't have to take it back to Destiny.
Destiny's great though. I love Destiny.
Destiny, for anyone who doesn't know, Destiny 1, like the I think it's free to play, but Destiny 1 SRL plays so strongly to the Wipeout series, and I mean this as the hugest compliment. It's so much fun.
That's awesome.
Absolutely so much fun. And the physics are completely independent of how you interact with the same things out of game. It could be, like, I was talking about this with Lucy, I think before we recorded, it could be its own game. So, like, my dudes, because we're all dudes, hey. Please check it out if you haven't. You can private match into it, which is like, yeah, maybe you need some buddies before you can like really enjoy it, but it's so much fun. So much fun.
Yes, I agree.
Oh. Well, man. Lucy, do you have any final thoughts or like additional thoughts that maybe we haven't like mentioned yet? on this subject, on the idea of Savathun's step to success, because it seems to be, if we haven't outlined it like super hardcore already, it's get people to mistrust, get people to infight, cause a civil or otherwise war, summon your sister.
Yes. That seems pretty accurate. Seems pretty accurate to me.
Well, I had a good buddy to help refresh me on the subject, so I'm glad I could. Oh, so I guess let's give the idea Savathun steps to success, and we'll give it a little extended title for people actually listening,
Yeah.
as applied to this season in the Last City. What's your score here?
Oh, my score. 75 taken blights.
75 taken blights.
A lot of taken blights.
Not to be that dude on The Price is Right, where someone says, like, I bid $1 and then they bid $2 just to screw that guy over because they had the same idea.
Yes.
Oh, well, actually, no, I won't even do that. And you'll see where I was going with that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give it 1776 taken blights.
Beautiful. I dig it.
Because America this weekend.
Oh, yeah. America Day.
America Day, to all our international fans, it's July 4th, and for anyone who it hasn't been shoved down their throats, it's America's Independence Day. I like to think that this day represents all the best parts of America and all the things that we hope we can be, even if we're currently not. So
Yeah. No, I get that.
that reference also pairs in with my shout out. So that'll be a double message in that one. So yeah, I give it that many.
Beautiful. 10 out of 10. Shout out. Yes, I can do a shout out. I am smart. I think.
You are smart. For anyone, I'm going to do this while you're thinking about this. I'm going to give a shameless plug to anyone at Bungie who listens to the show, like,
Oh, no.
yo,
No,
y'all
don't do
need to
that.
hire Lucy.
No. I fell out of my chair now. It's all your fault.
Y'all need to hire Lucy.
No, don't. It's a terrible idea. 0 to 10. Worst idea.
No.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
She is both organized,
No. It's a
knowledgeable,
lie.
and insightful.
Nope. Fake news.
Anyone who says differently is lying.
I'm not lying. Nope.
That sounds like a perfect lie to me.
That's what you...
That's what I set up. There's nothing you could say. Unless you agreed with me, but that would have been some, like, opposite day shit.
Yes. It's opposite day, didn't you know?
But yeah, if anyone's listening, I know Lucy threw her head in the ring. Y'all, I don't think could find a better historian.
No. Stop it. Stop it.
No.
Fake.
No. Dude, if that's fake, you realizing how much you're tanking this show?
No. Sorry.
I'm fucking with you. I know you would never do that. I'm fucking with you. But yeah, that's gonna be my additional unofficial shout out. Official, unofficial.
Official, unofficial.
Well,
shout
really,
out
not really.
to me because I'm cringe.
You are not cringe. You're great.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh, that's it.
Like that was a mic drop. That was the boom sound effect when the mic hit the
Oh.
floor.
I'm not smart, okay?
Well, no, I spelled it out. I didn't really like telegraph it the first time. Yo, yo. But do you have any shout out to anything that's like
Love
it
a
can be to
shout
something
out
that
to anything.
excites you? It can be a song that you're into this week. Like, there's no pressure for the shout outs.
I see. Well, I don't know. I'm not very good at coming up
May I
with
suggest one?
shoutouts. Sure, go for it.
Star Wars MMO.
Oh yeah. Huge
Yeah.
shout out to this other game I play on occasion. It's called Star Wars Old Republic. It's spicy. They're adding this thing where you can change your class, not your class, it's like your subclass on the fly. So if you want to use like a sniper, you can do that. If you want to use, but it's separate. You can't be a force user that decides to use gun. Can't do that. So it's like you can be a tech person or a force person. But I think it's really great because I can finally be a bounty hunter and use a rifle. Because bounty hunters right now use only pistols, which I'm excited for.
I'm hip to that.
That's what I've been playing
Yeah.
when I'm not playing Destiny, is that. Because I need to get up in the season, but the season doesn't end until their seasons are like really, really long.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I play so many. There's so many games that I love that I try to fit in to my life schedule, and I know a lot of people who are also really invested in Destiny. How they feel about these content, like air quotes droughts.
Yeah.
I really appreciate them because I love Destiny. I'm always going to come back to it, and I don't mean to say anyone who's like Destiny is their main is wrong. Like Destiny is my main too.
Yeah, no.
But man, do I really appreciate being able to go like and play like Final Fantasy VII Remake, or go to play like Judgment, get really hype and have like some time to play Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, like you have time to actually
Yeah. And
do other stuff, which is good.
I know when the devs approached Destiny 2 when like it first released, it was really light in content because they were trying to, based off of feedback, like create space for other games. And
Yeah.
it turned out to that was at first deployed in a way that like was not really conducive to people who like, you know, Destiny is their main, myself included. But I always really loved that they had that in mind. Like Bungie's one of very few studios that come to mind when I think of the idea that they're like, no, like you should enjoy other people's games.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We don't need to, like, it's okay that you step away for however long and play other people's games. Like, we're cool with that, bro.
Yeah.
And I just wanna call Bungie out and being like, yo, that's really cool.
That's pretty nice.
Right? Oh man. Well, all right, guys. Thank you for joining us this week. To my Americans, happy America Day. To my non-Americans, happy July 4th weekend. Yeah, happy weekend. Happy regular weekend. I hope everyone is safe. I hope for my American friends, don't go firing off your fireworks at all hours of the everywhere for this weekend. There's people with PTSD and pets and all kinds of things that are
Also,
just being
it's really hot
negatively
out.
affected. Yeah.
It's really hot out. Fire plus hot out equals fire everywhere.
Yo. So yeah, no matter where you are, it's either annoying when you're in the damp areas like where I live, or just annoying when you're in the hot, dry areas. to back up Lucy's point. Just be cool with it, my mans. There's gonna be displays. They're everywhere in the sister. You'll see them.
Yes.
But with that, everyone everywhere, drink some water, stay hydrated, whether it's summer or winter, where you're at right now. Water is key. And stay safe, man. We want you to listen to us next week too. So until then, bye-bye.
Noodles. That's the end of this week's topic, but be sure to check out our past and future episodes on Spotify, iTunes, and Podbean. If you have any questions about this week's topic, want to discuss Destiny lore with us, or just feel like reaching out, you can find us on Twitter at Spinfoil Theory, or you can email us via spinfoiltheory@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Toodles!